All right. Greetings, parents, guardians, family members, and district representatives. Welcome to the virtual edition of Newton County Schools Parent Connect. I'm thrilled to have you join us today. I am Shabury Jones from Instructional Technology and Media Services. Our focus is on our 3E model, creating enriching experiences for students and teachers, encouraging active engagement, and providing diverse exposure. In today's session, we're joined by Dr. Kara Richardson, the coordinator for Literacy for Learning, Living, and Leading, also known as L4GA. Please note that this session is being recorded, and the recording will be available on our Parent Connect Canvas page. After today's presentation, we will hold a question and answer session. So please feel free to type your questions in the chat box and we will answer them at that time. Dr. Richardson, you have the floor.
Okay, let me start by sharing my screen. Can you all see that?
Yes, you're good.
So everyone can see the screen. Parents, are you with me? Can you see the screen? You could just put yes or no in the chat. So our presentation today is staging the show, 180 days of preparing for kindergarten. I am Kara Richardson, and I am the L4GA coordinator for Newton County Schools. In a nutshell, I'm the literacy coordinator for our 7 L4GA schools. And part of that program allows me to work with the pre-K programs in certain schools, which means that I have really prepared a presentation to help all of you who are part of the pre-K and perhaps even maybe 3 to 5 years old, or maybe K to 1 years old. But the goal is to give you strategies and tips to help you prepare your babies for kindergarten. Okay, so next slide. Okay, again, my goal today is to help you make the most of the 24-25 school year by setting the stage for your preschool age child's successful transition to kindergarten, equipping you with age-appropriate tools and resources in early literacy, foundational math, and emotional readiness. Just like preparing for a major performance, getting ready for kindergarten involves careful planning and preparation. Think of this time, and I'm talking about the 24-25 school year, as staging the show, where every day counts towards ensuring your child is ready to step into the spotlight of their new school performance, and that would be for the 25-26 school year. By approaching the preschool year with intentionality, we can set the stage for a smooth and successful transition into kindergarten. Why does early preparation matter? Why do we want to start 180 days, if not really from birth to 5, but at least 180 days ahead of time? Setting the foundation. So what do I mean by setting the foundation? Early preparation helps build essential skills and behaviors such as independence, early literacy, early math, and foundational emotional readiness, which are crucial for academic and social success in kindergarten. Parental impact. Active parental engagement significantly enhances a child's readiness for kindergarten, with early preparation enabling parents to better support their child's learning and development for a positive educational start. Of course, we have a smooth transition. We all want your babies to go into kindergarten smoothly, no issues, no hiccups. Children who are prepared in advance adapt more easily to kindergarten's structured environment, reducing anxiety and boosting their confidence and excitement about starting school. And of course, there are long-term benefits. Well-prepared children often perform better academically and socially with early establishment of good habits and routines, fostering a lifelong love for learning and setting the stage for future success. So this is our countdown to kindergarten readiness. Okay, so when we're talking about staging the show, in this case, we're talking about preparing your babies for kindergarten. The first thing you want to do, you want to be able to prepare that script preparation. So you want to know what your child needs to know. You want to know ahead of time, what is it my babies need before they enter kindergarten? Not necessarily towards the end of kindergarten. What do they need in order to prepare them for kindergarten? Now, this is a kindergarten readiness checklist and a cognitive developmental milestones that I just pulled. You could just go to the internet. But I got some tools for you all towards the end of the presentation. So you want to know what your child needs to know. Then you want to create a plan. You want to develop a structured plan for daily activities and milestones in areas such as early literacy, foundational math, and emotional readiness. Sometimes you may hear that called social emotional readiness or social emotional development, all the same thing. And of course, you want to be able to partner with your child's teacher. You want to be able to communicate with your child's preschool teacher or your pre-K teacher to understand specific areas of focus and align your home plan with the classroom goals, okay? The second thing for staging the show, you got to be ready to casting and rehearsals. Of course, you want to identify needs, determine what necessary skills such as independence and self-help are needed for your children. I think oftentimes when we think about preparing our babies for kindergarten, we always think academically, but guess what? Independence and self-help is also important for preparing your babies for kindergarten. You want to be able to practice regularly. You want to reinforce those skills through daily routines and activities. And of course, again, partner with your child's teacher. You want to seek feedback from the teacher on your child's progress on those independent skills, and then adjust your practices based on their observations and recommendations. So what do I mean by casting in rehearsals in those independent skills? We're talking about, of course, brushing their teeth, tying their shoes, being ready, being potty trained, all of those things that you're going to have to partner with your child's teacher to make sure your child is successful at. Number 3, you want to set design and props. You got to have those set designs and props, right? So we want to prepare the environment, create a supported learning environment at home. This is just an example on this picture here where this family put up a little classroom in their home. So if you don't have the space for a whole entire little area like that, that's fine. A little table and a little desk in your home where they know when they come home, they can practice those skills, that would be ideal. Of course, you want to gather tools, whatever tools you can get your hands on. Use books, educational games, and other resources. Again, I'm going to share some resources with you at the end of the presentation. And of course, always, you're going to see where I'm always talking about partnering with your child's teacher, because the goal is for you and your child's teacher to work together as equal partners, correct? Okay, so you want to ask for suggestions on resources and activities that can complement what is being used in the classroom. And number 4, dress rehearsal. Okay, run through, reflect on how the preschool experience mirrors the kindergarten routines and activities and how they're different. Okay, you want to make adjustments as needed. Make any necessary changes based on observations and feedback from both your child and their teacher. And again, discuss how this rehearsal is going in any additional preparations needed to ensure a smooth transition. Now, you see this chart that I have on the left side of the screen. So let's look at a couple of these. So focus in the pre-K, when your child is in pre-K, they are working on social emotional development, play-based learning, foundational skills. When they're entering into kindergarten, it's going to be a little bit more structured academics preparation, emphasis on reading, writing, math, and social studies versus less play, more structure. Learning styles, again, through the Birth Through 5 programs, we have play-based learning. We have exploratory learning. But when we get to kindergarten, it is a combination of direct instruction, and hands-on learning, independent and group activities. We focus directly on the standards, the Georgia standards, okay? Classroom structure. You're going to have a smaller classroom in pre-K, and you're going to have
Dr. Richardson, you're muted.
Have I always been unmuted?
You're good now.
Okay. And of course, for social emotional skills, we're going to emphasize sharing. They have cooperation at the pre-K, following directions. By the time they get to kindergarten, it is development of independence, personal responsibility, making friends, building those relationships, and of course, handling those school routines. Do I need to repeat anything?
No, I think you're good.
Okay. Okay, so number 5, staging the show. Today is your child's first day of kindergarten. Okay, this is performance day. This is the first day of the 25-26 school year. So we're talking about now. We want to be able to promote literacy and learning. Your child will be ready to demonstrate strong reading and language skills, engage in various texts, and support ongoing learning. Okay, engaging in foundational math. Your child will be ready to apply early math skills and solve problems and use mathematical concepts in everyday situations. Now we're talking about foundational math, not algebra, not calculus. We're talking about foundational skills, okay? Those little things, counting, being able to say what number goes before the next number, what number comes after 1, what number comes before 2. Those type things are getting your child ready for foundational math skills. Fostering independence and emotional readiness. Your child should be ready to handle school routines confidently, manage emotions effectively, and demonstrate self-help skills. Don't stress about it, parents, because I have created a bank of resources that everyone in this chat and your friends who also have pre-K age children who are getting ready for kindergarten will have access to. I call it the Early Learning Lab. And in this lab, it is a digital haven for children from ages 3 all the way up to 5. So, but from the age 3 to 5, and that 5 is getting ready for kindergarten, where parents can embark on a journey of discovery and growth alongside your little ones. So of course, we're going to have age appropriate activities here, expert back guidance, fostering a love for reading skills and tips for fostering reading. And of course, a comprehensive content for literacy, foundational math, exploring activities. All of this good stuff will be on this page. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. Ms. Jones, my internet is down. Are you able to pull up my Canvas page? Okay, there we are. Okay, so this is the early learning lab. And can you make it a little bigger, Ms. Jones?
Is that better on your end?
No, it's smaller.
Okay.
And if I can't see it, I know parents can't see it. There you go, perfect. Okay, so for the early learning lab, you see that we have all these skills for early literacy, foundational math, social, emotional, and more resources. And part of those more resources are 180 days of activities that you can do with your child. I know we're almost 4 weeks into the school year, but you can kind of double up on some things. So if you click on the first one, Miss Jones. Sorry, parents, our internet is kind of slow today. While she's pulling this up, the skills that you will see on the early literacy page are pulled directly from Georgia's recommendations. So the good thing about a lot of this, it is directly tied to what your child would need to know while they're here in Georgia. This is not a nationwide, this is specifically activities and skills that's going to help prepare your child for, there it is, thank you. For the standards that we actually put into place here in the state of Georgia. So you will see again that it's broken down by 3 years old, 4 years old, and 5 years old. So you have reading tips, writing tips, and speaking and listening, because our standards are based on reading, writing, speaking, and listening. Okay. Of course, and then there's some foundational skills in there. The same thing for your 4-year-old babies, and then your 5-year-olds. Foundational math. So for foundational math, again, it is broken down for 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, and 5-year-olds. For foundational math, we have numbers and counting, problem solving, patterns, shapes, spatial skills, and of course, measurement. And for social emotional learning, I have activities in here, and some of these are good passages and articles that you can read if your child is struggling with one area or the other. So you have an article here on helping your child grow and thrive by monitoring their development. So those are some developmental milestones in there. Tips on nurturing your child's social emotional development. And then in the lower left-hand corner, you can see where again, we have those developmental milestones for our 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, and 5-year-olds. I started at the age of 3 because some of our programs here in Newton County, we do have some 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds. But definitely, if they are going into kindergarten next year, this is the site for you. This is literally a one-stop shop that I created specifically for you parents. On the last one, under more resources, you will see that we have today's presentation. And anytime I do a presentation, it may not be virtually through the Parent Connect. I'm going to be doing not virtual, but face-to-face meetings with parents at Live Oak, perhaps Middle Ridge, Porterdale, and South Salem. So if any of you are here, stay tuned for that. I will send a flyer home with your child's teacher. And parents, you will have access to this. And if you need for me to email this to you, you can reach me at, let me pull, once you finish doing that, I'm going to share my screen again. So the parents will have access to my contact information. Here is my email. The number is not on here, but it's 770, if you want to write it down, 770-787-1330, extension 6498. That is how you can reach me directly. Parents, do you have any questions that you would like to put in the chat box? Do we have any questions?
No, ma'am, I do not have any questions on my
So
end.
again, thank you for participating in today's presentation. I look forward to hearing from you all. Again, if you're at any of those 4 schools that I mentioned before, stay tuned for handouts. Stay tuned for a flyer that tells you when I will be coming to your child's school to do face-to-face parent workshops with you. And I assure you, you would want to attend because you're going to walk away with some goodies.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Richardson, for these helpful strategies to prepare our littles for the next level. And parents, please join us for our next session, which is September the 6th. On this day, we will also be celebrating International Literacy Day. So please take time to celebrate the power of reading with your student at home. And also, parents, please make sure that you subscribe to our Parent Connect podcast. Our next episode airs on Tuesday at 8 a.m. And you can find our podcast on all of your favorite platforms that you currently listen to. And also, if you missed the first half of this recording today, it will be available to you on our NCS Parent Connect Canvas page. And all of those links are available in the chat box. If you have questions, please reach out to us at NCSS_Parent Connect at Newton.K12.ga.us. You all have a great weekend, and we will see you next time. Bye.